Hello and welcome to the Whiskerwood demo. I am still rather new to all these shenanigans, so probably making a lot of rookie mistakes. Apologies in advance. Anyways, Whiskerwood. An adorable game. Dear mice that are trying to build a new colony while having to pay taxes to the cats. A lot of taxes. How very realistic. It does have a lot of very cool mechanics that I haven't personally seen much in the city builders. So let's start a new game. The Whiskerwood demo is more of a classic demo, meaning you can play as long as you want, but the amount of content is limited. Otherwise, there's still plenty to try on, and you can build up the place quite a lot. Most of the settings are also blocked out in the demo, completely understandable. We shall see how it goes. I'll just leave the difficulty preset on default, and we get 5 mice to start our colony with. First thing to know is that each member in your mice crew has different characteristics. For example, Pip is rude. He is annoying everyone who he passes by. And he's an explorer. No wonder they just sent him out to explore because he's so rude. Meanwhile, Rex is a heavy eater, meaning he eats more, but he's a farmer. So he grows food, he eats food. Yeah, that's me, the foodie. I like to eat. I don't like to farm, but I do like to eat. And all we get to start is a bit of wood, a bit of food, some cloaks and machinery. Anyway, so let us embark on the journey to a new colony.
Royal Scout ships identified your assigned archipelago as a potential colony. As part of the Royal Scouting Commission of 1681, 72 such colonies have successfully been established as a result of those brave Claw's efforts. By the King's graceful guidance, yours could be the 73rd such colony. Your most important building will be the trade dock. Without it, your colony cannot repay its debts. Therefore, I implore you to choose an island and construct your dock. Look for ample trees and berry bushes nearby.
Love the voice acting. Love the self-entitled arrogant cats. They're cats in fancy costumes with royal titles. I mean, how much better can it get? I can see there are a few islands here that I suppose that they can colonize. Not sure if it's in the demo though. Oh, that is epic. That's a map. First thing to notice is that there's a lot of levels to the map, and that is the thing I actually like the most about this game. You can build in different levels. You can place buildings above each other, below each other. You can dig down the ground to make it more flat. You can build up the ground. So you can freely modify the way the map looks, really. They even have mode for looking at the slice of certain level. Here we can go up in slices to look for each level how it looks. And we can even go below the sea level. You can theoretically dig and build colony below the sea level if you wanted to. And it's not like you can only build one building in a certain place, like here, for example, and then you can't build anything else there, like in most colony and city builders. You can build up, you can build horizontally. So vertical, horizontal, both ways work. First things first, we need to place a trade dock, as our graceful Duke said. Let's not go far, we can just place it somewhere at the beginning, but with a nice view, because this is a central point of our trade. This seems good enough. I wish building was this quick. And we get 5 Whiskers.
Warehouses are vital to preserving the market value with your tax contributions. Each warehouse has a limited capacity. Watch that you do not satiate your warehouse's capacity on worthless goods. Focus on storing resources that will benefit the kingdom. Logs, cotton, and ores. These goods will keep during long voyages and supply work for whiskers in the royal factories. To reduce carry distances, you should construct the included central warehouse schematic near your trade dock.
Yep, so one of the parts of the game, the biggest part is you have to pay taxes constantly. Every few days you have to pay taxes. And you can also get some supply caravans, but for that you need to pay more taxes. And you have the option of paying extra taxes to get more gifts from your benevolent cat overlords. It's quite a nice mechanic in the way it's tied up to some of the other ones, as we'll see in a bit. Anyways, who could have thought that a game about mice and cats would be more realistic than most of them out there. We need to choose where to place our storage. You can build things slightly out into the sea, like here, but you have to pay extra cost and logs for placing things out where they need supports, or for placing things up. I guess let's place it here. Now mice actually have to build things. That's cute. They are moving very humanoidally. It's a bit weird. It's like they're tiny humans in mice costumes. You got supplies!
Congratulations to you and your fellow colonists. Under commission of the King, it is my privilege to offer this colony charter. You embark on a mission worthy of the greatest of Whiskers, and all of your kind shall thank you for your efforts. As you tame these wild lands and earn the payment for your taxes, you are doing more than any Whisker before you. With your sweat, you secure the means by which some industrious Whiskers might enjoy safety. Serve your king faithfully, and his peace will reign over these islands.
Yeah, we just built 2 buildings and we're already in that. Fantastic. So, amount of tax that we're due depends on 4 things basically here. That administrative just default amount, population, the bigger population the more you have to pay, Whisker ship travel costs. Essentially, every time we get a ship with colonists, we have to pay for that. And supplies. Whenever we get supplies from a trade ship, you have to pay for it. We can pay it in many different resources with their own price. Not all resources. Some we can only use and can't really gift because clothes don't want them. Okay, what do we have? We have wood, we have food, and that's it. And we have a housing shortage. How can we solve housing shortage? 2 types of houses. Wood or log cabins, more comfortable but bigger. They take up 3 tiles. Or stone shelters. Less convenient, but we can cram them up more. So far, that was my biggest struggle in this game. How to give everyone a house. Because they're expensive, they take forever to build. And every Whisker wants his own house. Or her own house. I wish everyone could afford their own house. Wouldn't that be so much nicer for society? Okay. First things to decide. What do we want to give our Whiskers as first jobs? We can have woodcutter to get us wood for all the constructions. Problem is all the wood is up there, so we'll have to get there to begin with. We can have forge hut to get food, and we can have mining camp. I guess we can get a bit of everything, because if we focus on just one thing, we'll run out of everything else. So let's start by building a mining camp so we can get some stone. In this game, you can dig wherever you want, and depending on the tile, you get the resources. So here we can get coal, which we can sell to the claws for a good amount of money, well, tax credits. But anywhere else, we can also dig, and we get stone out of it. The thing is, it also decreases the level by 1. So I'm going to dig off somewhere here, decrease this level, get a bit more flat land for the center of our settlement. We're gonna place mining camp here because we'll need access to this wall. And we'll dig it down, free up some more land. As a bonus, get plenty of stone to at least build us some stone shelters. We'll not spend it on log cabins for now. Well, maybe I'll build one just for me, just for the governor, you know, the acting tail. I could have a nice log cabin. Where should I place it? Somewhere where I can oversee all the things going on. Oh, here, next to all the food storages. But first, mining camp.
Paying taxes to the crown is your primary responsibility. Most colonies pay their taxes with ores. Copper pays best, but coal is more plentiful. Desperate colonies will ship out their construction logs. You would be wise to choose the path of non-desperation. Build and fully assign 2 workers to at least 1 mining camp.
Okay, we just got a quest, well, a task, to get 2 miners. That's okay. Do we have any professional miners? Oh yeah, we do have 1 miner. Nice. They're more efficient at mining, could have thought. And who else do we have? Let's send Pip to mine. He's rude. We don't want him around our city center. It does give a bit of a Dwarf Fortress vibes with how we can just dig in. But cuter. Look at them work! Oh no, work! Oh wait. I am an idiot. I assigned the miners, I forgot to tell them where to mine. Oops. Okay, let's designate this whole area for excavation. Come on, go to work. Peep, don't be lazy. And yeah, each day goes in cycles. 5 minutes of work hours, I think 5 minutes. 6, I guess. and then 2 or 3 minutes of night. During the night, whiskers don't work. You can make them work by spending some approval points, which is a currency. It's not really a metric, it's an actual currency to use. So you can use it to make them work over time, slightly more efficient throughout the night. And we got our new whisker ship, which is ship with colonies that we can use approval points to get more people into our colony. Obviously, we want to get the ones with the best traits, but obviously those also cost more. Given that we don't really have houses, we might as well go for the more expensive whiskers that would be more productive. We don't want a pessimist. Oh, Smudge. Can't smell, so he doesn't mind things being stinky. And he has strong shoulders, so he can carry more. And he's a miner. And another with strong shoulders. Okay, we can only get 2. We ran out of approval points. Sorry. Come back next time, please. Okay, and we need some food as well. So, on one hand, we want them to be close to the resources they're getting. On the other hand, we want them to be close to the warehouse where they carry the resources. Guess this will have to do for now. So most resources like berries, like trees, you can plant them. One of the buildings we have is a farm. We can't build right now because it requires planks that we get by manufacturing out of logs, and we don't have that capacity yet. But farm allows us to grow various crops, including the berries, including the trees. For now, we have to rely on the ones who are already placed, and those will eventually run out. Another thing is mining, coal, gold, and other mine resources. Once those are mined out, they're gone. We either need to dig deeper. Thankfully, there are many levels to dig. Or we need to pay our taxes with something else. For now, all we can really do with coal and such is to sell them to close, and there is plenty enough for us to go. The biggest problem right now, before we can plant our own berries, is that we need to go increasingly far to get them, and mice spend quite a bit of time getting to the resources that they're trying to dig out. Also, we can't really plant everything everywhere. So if we go into farm tool, we can see what has good fertility for which kind of plant. So for berries, here we can't really grow them well. We can kind of grow them in this area and kind of here very well. But otherwise, most of our island is not very hospitable to the berries. There is a building for storage shed. It is very small. There's supposed to be ability to assign workers to move resources between warehouses. I don't think it's in the demo. Or at least I haven't found how to do it. A lot of the buildings are unlocked by technologies. Here they're called schematics. For example, small warehouse, the proper warehouse. We could unlock it via research, spending some resources. But again, I don't think that functionality is in the demo yet, because it requires something called engineering labs for research. And that building is not available in the demo. We can get some schematics from the clause. When we overpay them on the taxes, our benevolent cat overlords can send us gifts, including schematics for the buildings we don't yet have. And that's how you can get new buildings even when you don't have research yourself. That's actually a thing I really like, is that this game actually made a very realistic representation of what average colony experience was like. Metropolis hogs up all the most important knowledge and resources. For example, machinery that we need for manufacturing, we can't make it domestically at the beginning of the game. It's a late game schematic. We have to rely on import of machinery from our clause. Which means that early on, your colony is all about getting simple basic resources, selling raw resources to the cats, and then getting the advanced resources in exchange. That was part of how colonies rose a lot of the time. And in many games, colonies are meant to be self-sustaining, independent entities from the get-go. It's very nice to see a game that does it differently. Yeah, it's not a very good island, honestly. Here, flax that we need for clothes, we can only really grow there, quite a while away. Cotton, nothing good places to grow, trees even. So yeah, this time we'll have to just dig a lot, build as much things as we can out of stone, because we didn't get a very fertile island. I mean, better than the next one over. This one has nothing pretty much growing. Got distracted, let's place a forge hut somewhere close by. I think this should be good enough. And we'll get a woodcutter once we make our way up there. So for that we can have paths. We can make roads so mice can travel them quicker, but it costs logs too much. We can make them out of planks manufactured out of logs. More efficient, but we don't have plank manufacturing yet. The only thing we'll build for now is stairs. Let's put this bush as priority for foraging. And then we'll put some stairs to get up to the trees. But these stairs get built instantly. I want to place it here next to the gathering area, so I'm waiting for the bush to be fully collected. Did we get any stone yet? Not yet. Oh, here you can see that they're digging out stone and building supports, because we still have some ground above it. Where there's no ground, it's just ladders for movement and such, but where there is, they actually place supports to sustain the tunnel, which is very cool. Did we get stone? No. But we dug out some stone. Why isn't it here? Oh, okay, you need to get it to the storehouse. Please do. Okay, we got 4 stones. Time to build some shelters. Let's start here for now, and then we can adjust things if needed. Give us more stone, please. We need more stone. Okay. This looks good enough, and then we need one final stairs. Yay! We can get some wood now. Yeah, we still only have 3 houses, and we have 8 mice. So that's a bit of a problem. 5 mice are still homeless, and they will not be happy about that. We will not get much approval. Actually, how approval works is that every day all the positive and negative things are calculated about how the day went. And depending on how much more positive we have than negative, we gain approval or lose it. And now it's night. They only eat once a day at night. I wouldn't want to live like that. You can see pop-ups, that means that they got some effect as a positive or negative. Here they were eating food, so that was positive. Oh, they're chatting. Look how cute that is. Those are the poor homeless mice. They just want a home of their own. When the day ends, you actually doesn't automatically progress. Given a chance to review how it went, how resources were gained or lost, and how much taxes you have to pay next time. You can see that 5 whiskers stepped outside, each lost 8 approval on this, which they're not happy about, but each new whisker has 8 approval for the first day to kind of combat that they're probably not likely to have a house. We still got some approval, thanks to them being new arrivals. And we get 1 supply ship today, so we should be able to get some extra resources out of this. Now, we shall continue on. I'm gonna speed it up because not many decisions are going to happen now. For the most part, we're just waiting for some slow early game resource alignment. Here comes the supply ship. So, each supply ship, you have 3 options. You can get a small amount of supplies, and it doesn't increase your tax by much. You can take a big amount of supplies, and it increases your tax by a considerable amount. Or you can refuse them, but that actually reduces the trust of your claw ruler. Essentially, you need to balance your decisions to keep with good graces of the claws. You can sometimes afford to lose some trust. You can then make up for it with other decisions. Generally, what reduces the trust is refusing supplies, because you're expected to take the supplies, be grateful for it, and pay taxes for it, or paying less taxes than you're supposed to. What gives you trust? Paying more taxes than you're supposed to. It's all about the money. And machinery is a valuable resource that we can't make on our own. We can get it through supplies from the club. Second option, we get some good food. We get some logs, which is important for 2 reasons. First of all, we don't have many of them, and they're used for construction. Secondly, each log costs 13 gold if sold to the cats. That means if we get this second option, we get 13 logs that are worth 169 money, while it only costs us 102 money. Essentially, this option pays for itself just with the logs that we sell immediately back to the cats. Second reason, it gives us planks that we can't make ourselves yet, but we can use them to build a farm and start growing our own berries. And also it gives clothes. That's also nice. Get the shipment. Now we have some more resources. And a lot more taxes due. Tomorrow we'll get the tax collector and a whisker ship with colonists. Okay. 2 more houses and then all our mice will have a home. Please. I can tell them to work overtime on mining. You wanted more realism? Here you go. Unpaid overtime. Well, I say unpaid, but it paid for their homes. So I wish I could pay for my house with 1 night of overtime. I would snatch up the deal, no questions asked. Oh, we would have gotten like 50 approval right now, but we didn't have anything to spend it on. And now it's mostly about overtime and getting new whiskers. So we didn't have enough to spend, and now we max it out. That's unfortunate. For farming, this area is the best. That means we'll be building more of a manufacturing and living area in here. Question is, where do we want to put a secondary storage? We can put a storage shed here, but I don't want to obstruct the place for farm. Let's put a storage here. Way up high, but at least they can bring the resources to the storage and then someone can move it out. Should be quicker. Also, let's dig some coal down here, which will give us resources to pay the cutscenes. We have enough stone for now for a few houses, although now that I think about it, we don't want to continue building houses here because then we block out the areas that I wanted to expand through. So let's dig some more here. Oh no, the tax collectors are here! That's not good. There are different levels at which you can pay the tax. The more we give them, the better outcome there is. So if we underpay, the middle one is the normal. It's 100% of the expected tax. If we underpay, we lose the trust. We get some royal wax seals no matter what. Centuries they used to be reroll random choices in certain mechanics. If we pay more, we gain trust and we can actually gain resources, including schematics. I do want schematics. Also, the longer we play, the higher tax will be every time, so it is better or easier to overpay early on when the tax is low, which is what we will do. We only really have berries and logs to pay with. The tutorial roasted some colonies about having to pay off the debt with the logs, as don't do that. Well, that's too damn bad. I am doing that, because I did not get anything else in time. But luckily we got some logs from our supplier, so we can give them 11 logs, no, 14 logs, that would be enough to pay the tax. I'm gonna go slightly over, and I'm gonna give them some berries. 13 logs and berries, we still have enough of both. We would get to approval, to trust, which would max it out. And when we get gifts from the class, we get to pick 2 things, including 100% chance to have a schematic. We want that. Let's send them a large shipment. The cloud delegation will speak to you soon. That sounds menacing. It actually is not. It means they will give us gifts. But it does sound menacing. Okay. They expect more taxes from us. Fantastic. Just what I wanted to hear. Okay, what else can we build? The question is, what do we actually need right now? Probably more mines. I would say we need more mines, because that way we can dig out all the coal and use it to pay the taxes. Let's do so. Second mine. And whisker ship with more whiskers. Who can we get? We can get a healthy, squeak. Bramble is a miner, we don't want miners. Doodle has good bonuses. He's not getting cold and he does mind the smelt. And we can get Buttercup. Now the problem is we're out of houses. Again. Oh no. So I just discovered that I can actually rename Whiskers. I'll be a heavy eater. Rex. Okay, we need to build more houses. Question is where to put them. Can we grow anything here? Not really. So we're gonna build some stone shelters here with an ocean view. Okay, here we got the gifts from our benevolent alerts. What can we get? We can unlock a schematic for fancier house for 2. It uses planks, which is unfortunate because we don't have those. But hey, good housing quality. Let's grab the house then. Second thing, we can get 5 machinery. Yes, please. We have 6 machinery now, which means we can build all the industry we want for like 2 days until all the machinery breaks down. And then we need to beg cats for more machinery. I guess they sold Pip for the machinery. Cats don't give that good of a gift normally. Everyone got houses! Not very good houses, but they got houses. The most unrealistic part is having to pay taxes every few days and still making it, somehow. Or the fact that our cat overlords actually give us something in exchange for tax. Usually the government only takes it. Nighty night. Yeah, so one of the problems is mice need to actually physically get back to the storehouse to eat some food, to the house to sleep. Once our settlement gets big enough, it will take them quite a while to get to here from house and back. So they might not even make it back home on time. That's how hard they'll have to work. So we'll get some realism, alright? Yay! Whiskers love us! Everyone approves of the way we run this colony. They don't like that they have to work and that they don't have a proper kitchen. They eat at the warehouse. That's not very hygienic. But otherwise, everyone's happy. Let's ruin it. Let's get in more depth with the cats by getting all the fancy supplies from them.
There have been reports of pirate ransom demands in your part of the world. Under no circumstances are you to yield, or to even consider paying their exaction. Should your colony survive, report back the pirates' shakedown tactics.
Yeah, they're pirates. Sometimes they visit you. You can either pay them ransom, like the tax, but to different addressee, or can refuse and they bombard you with ships. Cats say if we don't pay taxes to pirates, only pay taxes to the cats, cats will give us something extra. That sounds like bribery to me. But whatever. Sure, I will accept the quest, we'll refuse pirate demands. They'll give us 3 machinery. Sure, we have 6 already, but maybe we should just dig deep underground and build our whole city underground. Maybe then we'll be safe from the pirates. When do they arrive? In 2 days. Okay. Well, not okay, but what can I do about it? Nothing. We do need more mice though. We're running out of mice to work our jobs. We should get a new colony ship tomorrow. But for now we have approval that we can't really use up. So we're gonna send everyone to work overtime in the mines. You get overtime. And you get overtime. And you get overtime. And you get overtime. And you get overtime. Everyone gets an overtime. You got houses, you got food, you got clothing. You should be grateful for it. And work more. For the benefit of our benevolent cattle owners, of course. I hope they will actually eat though. Because I have a feeling now they will be angry that they didn't get to sleep. And all my approval will be lost. And when the ship with mice does show up, I will not have any approval to get them. Okay, I might have made a big mistake. Should have only put some of them on overtime. Maybe not every single one. Let's see. Yep, they're all hungry, they all slept outside. Well, they did not sleep, they did not eat because they were working overtime. Oops. But hey, we have a lot of resources now. Tax ship arrived. Fantastic. If I worked on all my mice, I might as well get something for it in exchange. So we can give them 20 coal and get 2 gifts again. So mining. We kind of got all the resources that are easily available here. Let's go a level deeper. That's the cool thing, that we can look in individual layers. If we press V, we go to the level where we dug in here. There's some copper under us. This shows prospect for high amount of ore, but we didn't get to it. Okay, there's some coal under us. And then I don't know what there is. Yeah, might as well make a proper ditch here. This will be our main entrance to the underground. Here we, in the center, will just be flattening the land so we can use it for building more houses and industry and overall build up of the settlement. And here we'll have a proper mine that will go deep down and give us access to more of the rare resources. Sorry, Whiskers, can't accept any of you. People don't like me enough for me to accept more people. Okay, another schematic. A high quality house for one. Okay, let's get it. We can either get 2 more mice or we can get more machinery for industry. Tough choice, tough choice. Let's get machinery. We don't have that much. Well, we have a lot of it now, but I'm a hoarder. I like to hoard. Will we get mice tomorrow? Yeah, we'll get a whisker ship tomorrow. That means we need houses. We need a lot more houses tomorrow. And we have a lot of stone. What a coincidence. These mice will be spoiled. They will arrive and already have houses. Not very good houses, but houses nonetheless. And let's build some services as well. Oh, we need planks for that. God damn it. Everything good requires planks. Meaning we should actually start getting some planks. We have plenty of logs, we have machinery, might as well get some planks. The only question is, where do we put them? Put it somewhere here. People living in the houses can go straight to work, to a factory across them. How efficient is that? Yeah, why not? Let's put it low priority, so they finish the houses first. Evening. I hope we actually get some approval tomorrow, because I need more mice. I really need more mice. Okay. We got 9 approval, only 9? Why? They don't have cafe, they don't have processed food, they're dirty, and their houses are bad. Well, that's unfortunate. That means we really need that washing dog, because right now we will not be able to get any more whiskers. So we need a washing dog, for which we need more planks. Pirates! No! They demand 89 gold. We could sell them some machinery, but no. Refuse cooperation, because we get machinery for them. And we got bombarded. And so we end this video with a bang. You can check out the stream recordings to see what happened next, as well as explore the rest of mechanics made available in this demo. My absolute favorites was the sheer ability to expand vertically and build things on top of each other, or freely terraform this map. Underground cities, underwater tunnels between the islands, or reclaiming land from the ocean. There seem to be no limits to the kind of grand projects you can do, and I am excited to try all of them. The wait shall not be long, as Whiskerwood goes into early access on November 6, 2025. I will be streaming it on release from 5 PM UTC, so feel free to stop by and explore the full version of this game with me. In case you prefer an edited version of the events, let me know in the comments and be on the lookout for more videos as they come out.